Have you ever dreamed of traveling to space? If so, you're not alone. Every day, more and more people are becoming intrigued by the idea of space tourism. But what exactly is it? Well, space tourism is the fascinating concept of ordinary individuals, like ourselves, traveling beyond our Earth's atmosphere for leisure or recreational purposes. It's a thrilling prospect, isn't it? Just picture yourself floating in zero gravity, gazing at the brilliant tapestry of stars and looking down at our blue planet from miles and miles above. It's not merely about the thrill of the journey, but also the unique perspective it offers. And the best part? This isn't just the stuff of science fiction anymore. With rapid advancements in technology and ambitious private space companies, space tourism is on the horizon, and it's closer than you think. Space tourism isn't a new concept. It has a history that goes back a few decades. The idea of ordinary folks like us jetting off into space might seem like a recent trend, but the roots of space tourism stretch back to the turn of the millennium. The dawn of the 21st century marked the start of a new era in space travel. In 2001, an American businessman named Dennis Tito became the first recognized space tourist. Tito, a former NASA scientist turned multimillionaire, paid a whopping $20 million for a trip to the International Space Station, or ISS, aboard a Russian Soyuz spacecraft. His 8-day stay in space was a landmark moment, proving that space was no longer the exclusive domain of trained astronauts. Tito's voyage opened the door for others with deep pockets to follow in his footsteps. Over the next few years, 6 more tourists, including the first female space tourist, Anousheh Ansari, made their way to the ISS. These pioneers of space tourism were all facilitated by the same company, Space Adventures, in partnership with the Russian Space Agency. However, it wasn't until the mid-2010s that the concept of space tourism truly began to take off. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic started developing spacecraft designed to carry private passengers. These companies have made significant strides in making space tourism more affordable and accessible. In 2018, SpaceX announced plans to send Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa on a trip around the moon. While this mission is yet to take place, it signifies a shift in the industry's focus. The future of space tourism is not just about visiting the ISS, but about venturing further into the cosmos. Since then, more and more people have embarked on this unique journey. Just last year, both Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic sent their first tourists to the edge of space, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the story of space tourism. As we delve further into the 21st century, the final frontier is becoming increasingly accessible to those of us who dream of gazing at the stars not from Earth, but from space itself. After all, as the saying goes, the sky is no longer the limit. So you want to be a space tourist? Here's what you need to know. First and foremost, you need a ticket to space. It's not like catching a train or a plane where you can just show up at the station or airport and buy a ticket. Space travel needs to be planned months, sometimes even years in advance, and that's not even considering the cost. You see, space tourism is still in its early stages. While companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic have made significant strides in making space travel more accessible, it's still quite expensive. We're talking millions of dollars for a ticket. That's right, millions. So if you're serious about becoming a space tourist, it's time to start saving. But don't let the cost deter you. The experience of seeing our beautiful planet from space, feeling the thrill of zero gravity, and being part of an exclusive club of space tourists might just be worth every penny. Once you've got your ticket, there's also the matter of training. Space travel is not a walk in the park. It's physically demanding and requires a certain level of fitness. Companies offering space travel ensure their customers are prepared for the journey by providing pre-flight training. This can include everything from understanding the workings of the spacecraft, emergency procedures, to physical training to withstand the rigors of space travel. The training also includes acclimatizing to the feeling of zero gravity. This is usually done in a specially designed aircraft that flies in a parabolic pattern, creating brief periods of weightlessness. It might sound a little intense, but it's all part of the adventure. While becoming a space tourist is currently a privilege for the few, the hope is that as technology advances and more companies enter the market, the cost of space travel will come down, making it more accessible for more people. Remember, space tourism is not cheap, so start saving. Why should we promote space tourism? Let's find out. Space tourism is not just a ticket to an out-of-this-world vacation, but also a golden opportunity to support the advancement of space exploration and research. Each trip purchased by a space tourist injects much-needed funds into the space industry. The revenue generated can be reinvested in the development of new technologies, the execution of scientific experiments, and the training of future astronauts. Space tourism also sparks public interest and reignites our collective passion for space. It's an educational experience that expands our understanding of the universe we live in. More importantly, it's a chance for us ordinary Earthlings to contribute to the extraordinary field of space science. So you see, space tourism is much more than just an adventurous vacation. It's a powerful tool for driving scientific progress and promoting global unity. Space tourism is a win-win situation, benefiting not just tourists but also the field of space research. Traveling to space is not like a regular vacation. It requires special preparation. You see, space is a unique environment that presents challenges we don't face on Earth. From adjusting to the sensation of weightlessness to dealing with the isolation, it's not a trip to take lightly. Firstly, let's talk about the physical challenges. In space, there is no gravity, which means your body will feel and behave differently. To prepare for this, space tourists must undergo rigorous training, similar to that of professional astronauts. This training often involves sessions in a zero-gravity simulator to help you get accustomed to the sensation of weightlessness. It's a bit like learning to swim, but in the air. Next, there's the mental preparation. Space travel can be a lonely experience. Once you're up there, you're disconnected from the rest of humanity. It's just you, your fellow travelers, and the infinite expanse of the cosmos. To prepare for this, space tourists often undergo psychological training, learning coping strategies to deal with the isolation and the unique stresses of space travel. Safety, of course, is paramount. Space tourists are briefed extensively on emergency procedures and the workings of their spacecraft. They learn everything from how to put on a spacesuit to how to react in case of an emergency. Remember, in space, there's no calling 911. Also, space tourists need to be in good health. They undergo medical exams to ensure they can withstand the physical demands of space travel. This includes the intense G-forces during takeoff and re-entry, and the effects of living in a zero-gravity environment. And finally, there's the environmental aspect. Space tourists are taught about the delicate nature of the space environment and the importance of minimizing their impact. This includes learning about space debris and the need to avoid contributing to it. So, as you can see, preparing for space travel is no small feat. It involves physical, mental, and environmental preparation, all with a strong focus on safety. But for those who undertake it, the reward is an experience that is truly out of this world. Safety is a top priority when it comes to space travel. What does the future hold for space tourism? Let's take a peek. As we venture further into the 21st century, space tourism is set to become an increasingly common feature of our lives. Companies are already laying the groundwork for a future that includes space hotels, offering a breathtaking view of Earth from a vantage point few have experienced. But it doesn't stop there. Moon trips, once the exclusive domain of highly trained astronauts, are on the horizon for the everyday explorer. And if you think that's impressive, just wait. Even Mars missions are part of the long-term vision, with plans to make the Red Planet a destination for adventurous tourists. It's a future where space is no longer a frontier for the few, but a destination for many. So strap in and get ready, because the future of space tourism is not just bright, it's out of this world. The future of space tourism is indeed exciting. So, what can we take away from our journey through space tourism? Well, we've learned that this exciting venture isn't just a fantasy, it's become a reality. It's an opportunity for everyday individuals to experience the breathtaking vistas of the cosmos, previously only accessible to trained astronauts. We've delved into the history of space tourism, tracing its roots back to the early 21st century with pioneers such as Dennis Tito. We've seen the process of becoming a space tourist, the steep ticket prices notwithstanding, and the rigorous training involved in preparing for zero-gravity environments. We've also explored the potential benefits of space tourism, from funding further space exploration to advancing scientific research. And we've glimpsed into the future, where space hotels, moon vacations, and Mars missions could become commonplace. Are you ready to embark on an adventure beyond our planet? The possibilities are endless.